Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jessica Meeks, Fit Girl 15, coming at you for another Bell's Palsy update video. Well, it's not really a Bell's Palsy update video. As you can see by my face, I mostly have my smile. I'm very fortunate that I do not have permanent paralysis. I do have residuals, but all of my muscles move now. So my eyebrow moves, my cheek, my lips go up, my nose, so everything moves. I'm just left with some residuals and some muscle imbalances on the affected side. And that's pretty typical for a long-time healer, for someone that had a severe case of Bell's palsy, someone who woke up with complete paralysis, somebody who basically, if you ever get to a point where your nerve is completely severed from the muscle, you are going to have a longer recovery than most people. But I'm also here to say you're going to have a longer recovery, but you're also going to have a recovery. You will heal. But it took me between 6 and 8 weeks before I saw true changes in my face. So I had a good 5 to 6 weeks of complete paralysis. And this is where I am now. So I got Bell's palsy in 2010, and this is now 2020, almost 2021. So this is me 11 years later. So just so you know, I'm not scaring anybody into thinking that they will never heal, because we all heal to some degree. Some of us just don't see recovery for a very long time. But all of my followers, you know my story, so I don't have to go into it. And you don't even understand how many times I've redid this video. And then I was like, Jessica, your followers, they have followed you through your Bell's palsy videos. Your Bell's palsy videos were terrible. So anything that you put out there right now is going to be better than those. So I wanted to put my own mind at ease, because I am being hypercritical of myself. So why I actually decided to post a video is because I feel like the content that I'm about to deliver is really valuable and something that people struggle to understand. And it makes a lot of sense when you finally put the pieces together, but getting there is a bit of a challenge. And everybody seems to think that they need a therapist to navigate through this Bell's palsy journey. And the truth of the matter is, you could probably do this yourself if you had the confidence to know what you need to do. And again, it all will make sense once you actually start doing it. So I'm here today to hopefully give you that mental power, the confidence to say, you know what, she's right. I am going to just take those first steps and see what happens. Because to be very honest with you, what I'm going to teach you today about facial retraining is nothing that you probably haven't already done in the mirror, but you probably didn't realize the power of it. And so I'm hopefully going to explain it in a way that will make sense and that will give you a bit of, empowerment to go forth and basically be sort of your own healer. Like, I know it sounds hokey, but it's very, very true. The power of the mind, you really do channel. If you think negative thoughts, negative things come. If you think positive thoughts, positive things come. So the power of your mental muscle is really crucial in everything in life, not just Bell's palsy recovery, in everything in life. So remember that. So I just wanted to kind of share a little bit about facial retraining. So basically, this is a therapy that you should do in tandem with massage or heat therapy. Basically, you want to reduce tightness in all muscles, not just the affected side, but in all muscles. You want to relax your face, because as we know, those of us that have Bell's palsy or other stress-induced illnesses, we know that the tension shows up on our face, and we actually have to physically remind ourselves to relax. The actual tension is like our normal. So relaxing your facial muscles, honestly, something like as simple as meditation, a hot compress on your face, hot water, hot rag, all of these little things can really make a huge difference in just your own ability to reduce some of that stress. So facial retraining should be done in tandem with massage or other stress relieving therapies that will help you pinpoint the weaknesses in your face, and they're going to help you retrain your brain to produce more symmetrical movements when you're not even thinking about it. So throughout daily life, hopefully the exercises that you do in your facial retraining will become so second nature that you will just do them. For instance, someone grabs a camera and takes a family photo. Boom! Immediately you're gonna know exactly how to smile to make your face look proper. So you're not going to be questioning your how your face looks. So this, hopefully, facial retraining builds your confidence, and it connects the power of the mind with the power of the face. And in this process of doing it over and over and over again, you're going to also strengthen the connection, and so that, like I said, when you're called on to make a face, to make a certain expression, you know exactly how to make it. Because this is something that is, it's funny, but we don't ever learn how to smile. Smiling just comes as second nature, right? So only until you've had an injury of the facial nerve are you ever going to be called upon to relearn how to smile. So these are, connections that have just always been there, that now suddenly you're being asked to develop, to redevelop it, right? So it is a very useful tool that I think requires more energy than people are willing to put into themselves, and that makes me sad, because people are so disappointed when they lose their face to Bell's palsy, but on the same page, nobody is willing to put in the work to get their smile back, to build their confidence back to where it was before they lost their smile. So it has really been an interesting kind of realization for me in life, because I'm a pretty big part of a lot of support groups, and people with Bell's palsy contact me all the time. But it's a pretty powerful realization to me at how much work people are willing to put into themselves to manage and maintain themselves. And so it's no surprise that nobody wants to exercise consistently, because people aren't willing to put in that much effort. But I'm telling you that it is worth it. It is worth it, because you will regain your confidence. You can regain your, oh my goodness, this can change the way you think about life. And I know a lot of people, myself included, when I fell ill with Bell's palsy, it literally felt like life was over. And yeah, it's been a very slow, gradual process to where I'm at today, but learning that I could control my own destiny was huge. And facial retraining can give you that power, that you then realize that you can control your destiny in your own recovery. It's an amazing tool. And to get started, you need a mirror. So grab yourself a mirror, and I know you don't need to see what I'm seeing in the mirror because the mirror is to get feedback. So it's to help you connect what is happening with what is happening, okay? So it allows you to have that full circuit connection so that you can recreate your facial movements again and again and again. And a lot of people with synkinesis are going to have a bit more of a challenge because you have many more things to focus on while you're looking in the mirror. So for me, because I've already kind of reduced my synkinesis to a point that it doesn't trigger anymore, I don't need to worry about my eye anymore. But for those of you that when you smile, for instance, your eye squints, you're going to have to focus on when that happens to stop. Because what's happening is as you make the movements bigger and bigger and bigger and the eye gets smaller and smaller and smaller, you're actually encouraging that movement to reactivate, to keep building. And we want to actually do the exercises to stop that. So the three kind of concepts that I will get you to remember on facial retraining are: you want to do movements slow, you want to do the movements small, and you want to do them symmetrical. So like I said, small. So at what point does the facial movement trigger the synkinesis? That's when you stop. So the small means like only as much as you can do without synkinesis. Slow means just like it says, just do the movement very controlled and slowly. And symmetrical, I want you to make the bad side do the movement, and then the good side is going to mimic only what the bad side can do. So you want to keep the good side in check, because as you know, the good side has 100% full motor. It can do a lot more than what the bad side can. And that's why we want to keep both sides symmetrical so that we don't allow all of these extra large muscle groups to kind of take over, right? We want to target small ones, and we want to strengthen those connections, and we want to remember how that feels. So let me give you an example. I'm just gonna do my smile, because honestly, I think this is the most important facial retraining exercise that anyone with any sort of facial imbalance can do, because our smile is our number one. And most people with Bell's palsy, that's the one and only expression they want back, is how can I smile and look symmetrical? So your Bell's palsy side is going to be weak. So when you smile, you're going to make slow incremental movements to make the smile bigger, bigger, bigger. When the Bell's palsy side can't go any bigger, you stop. So you're going to notice that my good side, my smile moves up, and the bad side, my smile moves down. That is a residual that I have not figured out why this side won't go up. And I've noticed this on almost all of the Bell's palsy patients who've recovered from long time Bell's palsy trauma, is that we end up having, and I call it the Pepsi smile. One side swooshes up, one side swooshes down. I'm not sure if there's anything we can do. I don't know. But neither here nor there. I think that even just being able to pull your cheeks, out and back is really kind of a huge milestone as well. So with facial retraining, again, you're going to want to hold that and kind of make mental note of where that is. So So this for me was really valuable because that smile, I realized that when I made that smile without teeth showing, my synkinesis didn't trigger. So for the first 12 months, I had no synkinesis. Synkinesis for me started at almost exactly a year. And that whole next year, I spent trying to figure out how to reduce my synkinesis. And I found facial retraining was quite amazing actually at helping me control when does my eye do that. Like I could actually physically make it or stop it from squinting, and that was powerful to have the peace of mind that I controlled it. Honestly, sometimes I wanted it to squint because it was like winking, and that's a powerful thing when you know you can do something that other people can't. So like I said, these tips and tricks and just playing with your face and the expressions that you make in a mirror can really give you a handle on that it isn't as bad as you think, and that you have more control over it than you realize. Yeah. So again, you're noticing that as I make these facial movements, I don't have synkinesis. My eyebrow does move, but it doesn't affect my overall smile. And everyone's going to have a very unique recovery and a very unique residual as a result of whatever you've done in your recovery process. So that means that also your treatment for your synkinesis is also going to be unique. But with that being said, you have the power to control your facial expressions. So when you're looking in the mirror, and if that smile, what I did, isn't the smile that you want to portray to the world, then do the smile that you want to portray to the world in the mirror. But just make sure that you can mimic it on the good side and the bad side. It's all about symmetry. Small, controlled, symmetrical movements. So, you know, I can show teeth on both sides. So if I really wanted to perfect a smile with teeth, see, and to me, when I see myself in the mirror doing that, that isn't who I am anymore. So I actually prefer my smile without teeth. And it's funny because we all learn tricks, especially when you're a camera buff like me. We all learn tricks about how to fool the camera into seeing you a different way. And camera angles are my best friend. And I also have realized that smiling with my mouth open is actually a much more pleasant look than trying to smile with big teeth like I used to. So not only has, you know, looking at my reflection and doing some facial retraining exercises has helped me, but also playing around with angles and seeing just how my new facial expressions are conveyed across in film and stuff has really, you know, given me mental energy and strength, so that I'm not always worried that I look lopsided or whatever in photos. So yeah, I hope that this video has shed some light on the facial retraining concept. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You are not alone in your recovery of Bell's palsy. There are a lot of free resources out there. And the reason why the resources right now are free is because not a lot of medical doctors are actively pursuing Bell's palsy patients. A, because it's not life-threatening, and B, because, I mean, honestly, I had Bell's palsy in 2010, and they weren't investing finances in Bell's palsy. We are sitting here in 2020, a pandemic year. Do you think that there's money for Bell's palsy? There's even less money for Bell's palsy right now. So the reason why there's free resources out there is because there's people like me that care, that want to share and shed light on this subject that affects more people than you care to imagine. And it actually does have some life-altering implications that when you have no tools by your general practitioners, you feel like you're a little bit of a circus freak, you know? And there are things you can do to help mitigate and alleviate some of the residuals due to Bell's palsy. So I'm hoping that facial retraining doesn't sound so daunting anymore. But just remember, just like any exercises, you need to be consistent, and you should be doing this every day. So being consistent means practice the same exercises. So if for you, the smile is important, do that exercise like 5 times when you sit in front of the mirror. Do it 5 times, do it 10 times, whatever you feel like you need. But then do it again tomorrow 5 times. So whatever allotment of time that you can allow, do that. And even if that's 5 minutes, 5 minutes is actually more time than a lot of people are investing in their health. So give yourself that 5 minutes to just sit with the mirror and evaluate. And you are going to be amazed at how much progress you see in even a short month by doing this consistently and just starting to understand your face and how facial movements and things actually work, because your brain needs some help, and you have all of the power, all of the tools are right here. You just have to help them connect. So thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and thank you so much for investing this time and energy into your own well-being and health. If you would like to contact me, I will link my email address below, jom.fitgirl15@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon. And if you would like to drop me a line or share a comment, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much, and please take care of one another, take care of yourself, and just let's get through this. You're not alone. We are together, we are one, and I am here for you. So if you need any help, just ask.